my name is Brandon Knights. Sitting here in the Treehouse studio at Gatwick Production Studios. It's a 9.1.4 Dolby Atmos suite. I was really interested in immersive sound, and I got the opportunity to work on the Pink Floyd exhibition at the V&A in between touring. And the last room there was their Ambio room, and it was an edit done at Abbey Road of a Pink Floyd concert on a 20.1 sound system. And myself and two other sound engineer guys, we did the whole installation, working really hard for like 12 weeks. And I just thought, being in that space at the end, that given the technology, how much better you could actually do it. So I started building, disappeared down a rabbit hole, studying acoustics and designing some nice stuff that works really well and take out the nasty frequencies. Big room. And then halfway through building the big room, we looked into it and we decided to go with an actual Dolby Atmos suite, which is what we're sitting in now.
We were going to be working in Pro Tools, obviously, for the end of the market that we're at. Pro Tools was clearly the obvious choice, so that's what we set up the studio around, which meant Mac Pros to do what we want to do. It meant HDX cards, and it meant basically Avid hardware, so that we were universally recognised, and we could tick the box for anybody who might want to use our services or dry hire the studio, or whatever the future might bring. So that side of things was very easy to sort of work on. The whole Dante side, well, because we've not intended to stay as a one-room studio, having a Dante infrastructure throughout the building basically would then give us a tremendous amount of flexibility. So to start, adopting Dante as basically our universal format everywhere was, very much of a sensible decision.
We've got 3 great engineers that work here who've all done the Atmos course, and we're just pushing the boundaries and experimenting and working with labels, and it's just an absolute joy. Like I said before, it's like, waiting for this technology. I specialised in dub reggae, I suppose. I worked with a lot of the Jamaican legends in my touring career over 25 years. And my whole ethos was like, how do I fit? I want to be able to fit this. I want a hi-hat with a phaser on it. I want it going around the room, and all these dub effects, great big reverb tails and gunshots and echoes and delays. I want more than left and right. It's always been that thing. So that's what led me and drove me towards, realizing this kind of dream, if you like. And like I say, now it seems to be the way people are going anyway. And the fact that it translates on headphones is brilliant. So yeah, that's kind of what led me to this stage we're at now.
We've designed this studio from the start to be multidiscipline, so it is as fully equipped for video post in here as it is for music. And we really wanted to be, making sure that both of those angles hit benchmark. Basically, this got designed around the monitoring. We went looking at different choices of monitors. We went through all the guides, all the SPL and frequency targets that Dolby produce, and it very, very quickly became apparent that if we wanted to hit those targets in a reasonable size space, this studio is 6 meters by 3 meters, for example. It's not massive, it's not small. And it soon became apparent that whilst there were other solutions than Genelec, almost nobody had them in that size of box, and almost nobody had a sub that could actually do the level that was required. For this particular purpose, Genelec was basically the only way for us to look. I think the thing that's seriously impressing me most, literally every single time I listen to it, is just the sheer quality of monitoring in here. It is jaw-droppingly good.
As far as the acoustic stuff, I made 18 of these. These are QRDs, quadratic residual diffusers. Most of the ones you see are maybe 4 or 5 or 6 different lengths. But stupidly, in the lockdown, I decided to build the most complex one. So each piece is 156 pieces of different lengths, all hand cut and chamfered. You can see my tree traps, which are bass corner traps. I worked out how much wood, this is lovely sort of birchwood ply, how much of that I should leave in and how much the sound waves should pass through, and we're really, really happy with the results and how the room measures. It's one of the only rooms that doesn't require bass management. We don't have to send anything to the LFE because the room itself was designed for the system. I love the fact that you don't have to chop EQ out of stuff to make it fit. You can place it where you want to place it. You can upmix it if you want it immersive. And so the whole EQ, the instruments sound like the instrument should sound. You don't have to compromise. And you're just in a whole other realm. And that's what I'm finding amazing, the definition you can get between the different components of a track now. Even without going crazy with the panner, you suddenly just, it's just like, it's a revelation, really. They'll start thinking about, when they're composing stuff, about the possibilities. Everything from reggae to rock to whatever, drum and bass and house music, EDM. I just see it becoming more of a medium. And to be able to take it live and say maybe 3 of the tracks in a DJ's hour-long set suddenly go immersive, we wouldn't want every track. People would be very disorientated, but certain nuances that could just, and with lights as well, I see that could be a thing in the future, definitely taking it on a big scale. And that's going to be really interesting.